Okay, hi, my name is Dr. Brandy. I'm here with Brixten Dreygon, conducting his interview. I am here supervised by Miss K. Brixton, like I just said, we are going to be conducting your interview today. Before we get
I
started, do
don't
you have
believe
any
so.
questions for me?
I don't believe so.
Okay, awesome. So, one thing real quick, can I get you to throw all your macros
Yeah, one
up,
second.
please?
Yeah, one second.
Okay, awesome. It's no rush. Just whenever you get time, that last one, the equipment mid restock, just remove that required that you have attached to it. It just must have got stuck with when you copied and pasted. So, not right now, but after your interview or just whenever you get the time, just remove that required on there. But we are going to start with your HP rules. These are going to be your hospital rules. It's very important you follow these. So, you're not going to resuscitate patients in streets around the hospital, PvP territory zones, or army base. You are not going to attend any PvP territory events without a rank 7 or higher. Those are going to be the individuals with rank 7, open coat, blue shirt, or higher. So that's when you can go to those, as long as they're with you. You're not going to treat patients with their weapons drawn. You're also not going to treat them if they're emoting. That means they still have their weapons. Do not stand or sit on the main lobby floor. You're always going to make sure you're behind a desk or down the hall. Do not stand on any back bush or surrounding hospital areas to chill or take breaks. Ride around in the city or go to floor 2 if it's unoccupied. You can also wait in the cafeteria. Do not go AFK, which means away from keyboard while on duty. That is a 3-day ban, demotion, and a fund reset. Do not be disrespectful to patients or colleagues. If you are turned in or caught doing that, you will be immediately dismissed from the medical faction. No combat fighting whatsoever. You're always going to break away and run.
What was like one of the last things you just said
Go
there?
ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
What was like one of the last things you just said there?
So it was do not go AFK, or it was do not be disrespectful to patients or colleagues. If you are, you will be immediately dismissed from the medical faction.
Yeah, I just didn't hear that one.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I just didn't hear that one.
Okay, no, you're okay. No combat fighting whatsoever. You're always going to break away and run. If you cannot run away, you're going to do /help, RP4, or RP4. That's going to be calling admin. These are going to be your desk rules, max of 2 staff per desk, in rank order, highest being brown, maroon, blue, white, green. Up to 3 may line up in the hallway, same rank order. So once again, starting at brown, maroon, blue, white, and green. Wait time protocol. So every time you walk in that med room, you step in that red circle, it restocks your meds. And every time you do that, you have to wait 15 minutes, a cooldown period. So if your wait is over 5 minutes, you're going to go on emergency calls or deliveries. If it's under 5 minutes, you can wait in the cafeteria. The entry rules. So that front door right there in the lobby by the med room, only a rank 6 or higher can enter and exit through that. That's going to be your purple dress or purple pants. And then to use the parking lot out there, you need to be a rank 7 or higher, which, like I said earlier, is going to be your open coat, blue shirt. You will never spawn the bus without DCP or CP permission. 99% of the time, that will never happen. Radio checks are mandatory, so up in the lobby chat or up in the chat where you see all the macros, if you ever see a radio check, you're always going to respond with that 10-4 copy. If they are doing a radio check and you are online while they're doing it and you do not do that, you will get a reprimand. Keep in mind, 3 reprimands will equal in a dismissal from the faction. Okay, so those are our HP rules.
What door was it that I wasn't allowed to use?
What door was it that I wasn't allowed to use?
The front door. So the only way you can exit or enter the hospital will be through the elevator in the back. Casey, can I help you?
Oh, I was just checking back in. I know there was a lot of people waiting earlier.
Oh, yes. Could you go sit in the conference room?
Yeah, I'll come back.
Could you come back
Thanks.
in like 10 minutes, please?
No, you're fine.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
All right. So these are going to be your MD rules. MD1, refusal to provide medical assistance. Refusing to provide medical assistance, including performing CPR or giving meds without a justified RP reason, as long as there is no threat to the medic's life, including situations when armed players are present at the scene. Punishment, 1 reprimand from the faction leadership. MD2, providing medical aid during dangerous situations. Selling medication or resuscitating players in situations that threaten the life and health of both the medic and the player, including but not limited to during an escalated conflict, an active shootout, a turf war, etc. Punishment, 1 warning. MD3, compliance with project rules. Medical personnel are required to comply with all established project rules. Punishment from 1 warning to 1 reprimand from faction leadership. MD4, improper RP behavior. Failure to adhere to RP rules when interacting with players while providing medical assistance or communicating with faction colleagues. Punishment, 1 warning from faction leadership. MD 4.1, disrespectful behavior. Disrespectful behavior toward any player. Punishment, 1 reprimand or dismissal at the discretion of faction leadership. MD 4.2, non-compliance with orders. Failure to comply with leadership orders or to observe the chain of command within the faction. Punishment, 1 reprimand from the faction leadership. MD 4.3, assault on civilians. Assaulting civilians with a taser, weapon, or fist without an RP reason. You will be dismissed from the faction. MD 5, use of weapons. Medical personnel are strictly forbidden from using any weapons. Punishment, dismissal from the faction. MD 6, criminal activity. Intentionally associating with gangs, committing major crimes like theft, vandalism, murder, or joining factions during activities where medic participation is not intended. Punishment, dismissal from the faction. MD 7, use of service vehicles for personal purposes. Using official medical transport for personal travel when not on duty, including for civilian jobs. Punishment, 1 warning from the faction leadership. MD 7.1, use of personal vehicles. Using personal vehicles instead of service vehicles to perform faction duties. Punishment, 1 warning from the faction leadership. MD 8, unauthorized issuance of recovery notes. Issuing medical certificates outside of the hospital. Issuing medical certificates for monetary compensation. Punishment, 1 warning from the faction leadership. Just keep in mind, a warning is a verbal discussion between you and a faction leader. A reprimand is a punishment issued from a faction leadership member to you. And like I said earlier, 3 reprimands, you will be just immediately dismissed by the system. Okay, so now I'm going to be reading the RP rules. Give me 1 second to pull those up. RP 13. So RP 13 is NRP faction actions, violating RP conduct within a faction, including the unwarranted release of prisoners from jail, punishment, dismissal from the faction, and or you can go to jail for 30 minutes to a 3-day ban. RP 14, sexual harassment, any form of sexual action, including simulation and explicit dialogue or actions, the use of ethnic and or LGBT plus slurs, stalking other players, or excessive verbal detail and descriptions with sexual undertones. All sexual actions between players must be performed with the prior consent of all participating individuals. Even with prior consent, such roleplay actions must not take place in public areas. That's going to be like the jail, the hospital, job zones, parking lots, etc. Punishment, 60 minutes mute of voice and text chat, and an account ban ranging from 24 hours to 30 days. RP 15, provocation of faction members, intentionally provoking members of any faction for entertainment or with the intent to disrupt the faction's operations. A punishment, you will go to jail for 30 minutes. RP 16, criminal acts against emergency medical personnel. Any criminal acts committed against emergency personnel, punishment from 90 minutes in jail to a 12-hour account ban. Those are our HP, MD, and RP rules. After reading those to you, do you have any
I don't
questions
believe so,
for
no.
us?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay, awesome. So I'm going to ask you a few questions. Just answer them honestly and to the best of your ability. Why do you want to join the medical
Because I enjoy going around and helping people and providing aid.
Because I enjoy going around and helping people and providing aid.
Okay, great answer. How many times a day on Thursdays are you allowed to spawn the medic bus?
I'm not allowed to
On
spawn the
Thursdays.
bus.
I'm not allowed to spawn the bus.
Okay, great answer. Yeah, you're never allowed to spawn that bus. At what rank are you able to
I
enter
believe
and
7.
exit through the front door?
I believe 7.
Yeah, so rank 6 or higher. And then 7, you were on the right track there. Yeah, 7 or higher can use the front parking lot. Let's see. So you're on CPR emergency calls. You get to the scene. There's a police officer, a gang member, and a medic laying dead on the ground. They all want you to pick them up. Who are you going to pick up first?
Police officer.
Police officer.
Okay, so what you're gonna do, even if it is the gang member, you're always gonna pick the person up in the red circle, and then you would, after they're up, you would then pick the other 2 up. So it's always the person who initiated the call, and how you tell that they'll always be in a red circle,
10-4.
like you see over there at the elevator.
10-4.
Okay, if you've seen me and Miss K downstairs having a verbal altercation in the med room, what steps would you take?
I would try to de-escalate the situation.
Awesome. I'd love to hear that. Another thing you're going to want to do is always have that body cam on and record and report. What is a quality you have to bring to the medical faction?
I enjoy going out and reviving a lot of people and just delivering meds and all that.
Okay, awesome. And then one more question for me. So there's Army, there's PD. I mean, there's gangs to join. Why choose HP?
I'm new, and I just seen that it was one of the easier things to get started with. And I do have another server where I'm a police officer. So.
Okay, awesome. All right. Well, you did a great job answering the questions I had to ask.
Of course,
Ms. K,
I
do you have any
do.
questions?
So let's just say you're upset. You're having a stressful day, but you're still, on the game. How do you deal with stress?
I actually deal really well with stress. Like I used to work at the jail and deal with a bunch of inmates and all that, and you just got to de-escalate the situation and everything. Walk away and cool off.
Okay. My next question would be, what is the importance of following the chain of command in this faction?
It's very important. You just go one rank above you and report to them and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I would say the importance of it. I feel like it's a good answer, by the way. But the importance of it is so that the process can run smoothly. You don't want to put too much on your higher ups or your supervisors or anyone. So, just keep that in mind. Of course, as you said, just going a rank above you to your supervisor and, addressing or asking whatever question that you have. My next question to you, if someone refuses medical treatment, what should you do?
Just go on to the next patient behind them.
Okay, that's the most perfect answer. Love that, love that. Yeah, definitely. If they refuse, but also, it's good to have your body cam on for things like that because people are trying to set you up and they'll be like, oh, they refuse, they refuse service. You know, they didn't refuse service, and you're like, okay, yeah, they did refuse service, or I sent them a med kit, and the only way we can see that is through body cam. And if they have their body cam on or whatever, they could be like, oh, he's not serving me, he's not serving me. Things like that, and having body cam is a great way to cut all of that out. My last question will be, why is teamwork important in the medical section? Why is teamwork important?
That way you don't put too much on your other colleagues and try to even out the workload.
Yes. Also, I would like to add that you're creating bonds as you go along with teamwork, and you're finding the strengths and weaknesses of your colleagues. Also, where they may lack, you can pick up at. You may have more strength in that area than they do. So being able to pick up where they lack and keep that process going, as you said, I feel like that's very important. But that's all I have. I feel like that's very important. But that's all I have.
Awesome. I loved your questions, Miss K. Shiesty, do you have any questions?
Where do you see yourself in a week or two? I just got in here. Where do you see yourself?
Hopefully, a couple outfit uniforms higher.
Okay, I like that answer. How many people could be in the hallway? Okay, I like that answer. How many people could be in the hallway?
Let's see, one of each rank and order, something like that.
It's going to be three in the hallway, highest ranks to the lowest ranks. It's going to be the three in the hallway, highest ranks to the lowest ranks.
All right, sounds good.
Yes, sir. This the guy helped get his stuff together too. So yes, sir. Yeah, this the guy helped. It seems like he's dedicated. He's ready to rock and roll. That's all I have for you today, sir. Yeah, he's good. Keep up the good work. He's dedicated. He's ready to rock and roll. I'm proud of you. That's all I have for you today, sir. Keep up the good work.
Appreciate it, Marco.
I'm proud of you. No problem, boss man.
Appreciate it, Marco.
No problem, boss man.
All right, awesome. Well, this will conclude Brixton's interview. Thank you so much, Brixton.